Good day, viewers. Um, in video 50, I mistakenly mentioned my last video as being 47 instead of 49. Uh, that's another silly mistake. Please forgive me. I always continue asking for forgiveness. Probably is the first step into dementia. So please bear with me. And again, I left my tabloids somewhere, and therefore I couldn't go into the tabloids. I think we can go to them now and see what is there. Still with a tabloid called, still with a tabloid called Love and Life in 2002, December 15 to 21. The caption is "Carpet Rapist Caught at Last." At last, carpet rapist caught at last. Emmanuel, the alleged carpet rapist, demonstrating his modus operandi, sex addict. Then, sex addicted husband beats wife brutally. Then, the Holy Scripture, the Jesus died. So, under the Jesus died, it reads, there are amazing health benefits to eating raw vegetarian diet. The Danish physician Christine Noffy switched to raw foods to heal herself of breast cancer. This is a good lesson. Based on her positive experiences with herself and her patients, she started the successful the Garden Sanatorium in Denmark. Dr. Cousins goes on to describe other healers and physicians who have had thousands of clients become well on raw food vegetarian diet. So that's important. Mhm. We shouldn't only eat cooked foods. Raw foods are very good for us. You see that they are being consumed, especially in Western countries and other developed countries. Sadly, in Africa, we enjoy always boiling and eating. You eat hot food right from the fire, always. So this is good advice. Okay, I think the full story is here. The full story is here, but we already know the benefit of it. So good advice here. The platform of righteousness. Responsible parents govern every aspect of their child's life. I don't need to read to go into it. So it's I think the caption alone is okay for us for parents. Mhm. Uh, so the carpet rapist. The picture is here again. Let's see which is better, whether here or the cover picture. This is the cover picture. When you when you are caught, you look differently from when you are in the act. Blind man, a blind man steals 800,000 Ghana cedis. When you hear 800,000 Ghana cedis, you think it's a money that will fill the boot of a car. In Ghana, it's peanut or compared to other currencies. But anyway, in Ghana, it is substantial for us. Mm. Oh my God. In Ghana, we have a term called konkonsa, and konkonsa is gossip, usually malicious gossip. Mm? Uh, it reads, konkonsa woman ends up in hospital losing all her teeth. Mm? Some say Ghanaian ladies are very fond of gossiping. Most of them call it a fabrication. And a few days ago, one of them lost all her teeth for gossiping about a male friend. This reporter gathered that Madame Abner Irenchi was verbally attacked by Felix Ameyal, a trader at the same market. After exchanging words, Felix beat her up mercilessly till she fell unconscious. She was rushed to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital where her life was saved. It was revealed that Madame Abner Yonchi is very fond of gossiping. It is alleged that she kindled an unquenchable fire between Felix and his best friend, Ahmed. According to sources, Abner would lie about one to the other to create more anger. Look at that. To create more anger uh, and worsen their dispute. It is alleged that Abner told Felix that Ahmed said he is a cheat and a thief. Before then, she had told Ahmed that Felix calls him an occultist and a thief and a smuggler. What do you gain from doing this? Huh? I don't know. I don't know. What does she gain from doing this? These two friends realized that the way some foul words about each other, these two friends realized that they say some foul words about each other, but only to Abner because she approaches them and starts it. But later it will it will get to the other side. In all her gossip, she added a lot of lies. Hmm? Felix got a furious. Got so furious that he assaulted her. Unfortunately for Abner Irenchi, she lost almost her front teeth due to the way she fell when pushed by Felix. Felix was arrested and detained some few hours later. He was burdened with all the medical expenses on Abner until she recovers. He was cautioned and granted bail. So you see, it's no good. Hmm? This was an agent of Satan. Two good friends, you go between them and tell lies against them simply because you are used to both of them. What do you gain from that? Hmm? We have here, which is the true religion? It's a question. Then we have birthday madness. The national service palaver. I impregnated the Malian girl. Malian, which is the true religion? I happen to be a great fan of Psalm 14. It has, it begins with this. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. Okay, I think this is an important thing for everybody to know. Fool says in heart, there is no God. Others are circumspect about it. They think life itself is an accident, a mistake. They must make the best out of it before it whiles away. Uh, Some are hedonists who think that the pursuit of pleasure is the most important thing in life. So they go after raunchy sex, impleasurable orgies, and best of food and booze, entertainment, and whatever pleasures you think they can think about. Others are perverts pursuing wicked sex thrills, enslavement, and vice. In Bohemia of old, people saw life as one hell of enjoyment. The Bohemians were noted for their inordinate desire for sex and booze. Such a community of perpetuality of perpetual half-naked girls and erected men would naturally think there is nothing like God. If there were, would God would God be more fulfilling than willing girl and overflowing wine and brandy? They would ask. If there were, would God be more fulfilling than willing girl and overflowing wine and brandy? They would ask. It is sad that those who did not believe in God also did not live long. Let me repeat that. It is sad that those who did not believe in God did not live uh, did not live long. That's according to him. I think in Bohemia, with the Bohemians. Uh, apart from the fact that they died of all manner of diseases associated with alcohol and sex, they were not blessed. For God blesses those who acknowledge Him. This is important, viewers. This is important. God blesses those who acknowledge Him. As we get nearer to Christmas, both believers and unbelievers should know that there is a supreme being who created man and has a hand in affairs of men. If he has a hand in your life, ye shall not fail to prosper. Yes, Jesus came to redeem and not to destroy. He came for sinners and not for righteous. So sinners, get on board. Of course, all preachers come for unguided, not for the guided. The guided are okay. So he came to get more people who are on guidance. Mm. So I think that's it. Uh, Birthday madness. Tears. Sorry, I'm too far from that. Birthday madness. Birthday madness. Tears dropped from my eyes. I celebrated my birthday. I celebrated my birthday the last Sunday of the month of May. That day, I found great fulfillment in my life. Since adolescence, I had been in love with a young boy in my neighborhood. Oh, I think this, yes, it's a woman talking, Evelyn, with a young boy in my neighborhood, but he did not know about it. I greeted each, we greeted each other, but I found it extremely difficult to tell him I loved him. Of course, it's natural, Evelyn. It's natural. A woman doesn't tell a man they love her, and they love them in our society. Hmm? I feared he would reject my proposal and go to tell his friends that I attempted to give him scholarship. Yes, I attempted to give him scholarship. Because of fear, the love for him lingered at me. At the stage, I wanted to write to him when he went when he went to boarding school. I, in fact, wrote the letter, but did not have the courage to mail it. 12 years from that time, we still lived together in the neighborhood. Uh, I've all this time been extremely jealous about the girls who come to him. It happens, and it still happens. You don't tell somebody you love them. Then when they are getting close to an opposite sex, then you feel jealous. Meanwhile, the people don't know. The partner doesn't know, or your supposed partner doesn't know who came to him. I had heard through I had heard through that gossip that he parted away. He parted ways with his serious girlfriend, and I started daydreaming that I was his next girl destined for the altar. I even prayed to God that it is his will. He should that if it is his will, he should make me marry this nice young man. Now, in my 26th birthday, that that was in May, I printed my cards and started planning out the list. I had many friends and neighbors to invite. I wrote out all the names and realized that I needed to do careful selection. The final list was a rather tight one, and I knew my people were going to get pretty ugly, pretty angry with me for leaving them out. I took the cards and started writing the names on them. I was it was when I was about to write the name of the last person that I realized that I didn't even put my dream lover's name on, on even the first list. I started debating in my mind whether to invite him or not. Before I realized, I wrote his name, and at the party, he danced he danced a cool number, and he whispered into my ears, "I've always loved you." Oh, wonderful. He whispered into my ears, "I've always loved you. I knew you were such a sweet girl." But I said, "Yes," and tears dropped from my eyes. This is a nice life story by Evelyn. So you see, uh, I don't know if that's what the English people call telepathy. You are two men, a man and woman, or two partners, man and woman, thinking about each other, each fearing uh, against rejection, uh, each fearing to approach. Meanwhile, they both love each other. So this is the case now. So let's take a lesson from it. Mm. And here we have foreign news. Foreign news. That's news foreign to Ghana, if I suppose. Foreign news. Wild cows block traffic in Hong Kong. Oh, no news. All hail Jennifer Lopez. Who is Jennifer Lopez? Jennifer Lopez news was the name on everyone's lips at Sunday's dismal and spoiling of Maid in Manhattan. No one had a bad thing to say, though reporters sure went fishing. Reporters sure went fishing. Meanwhile, Revolution Studios, Revolution Studios principal Joe Roth, whose company produced the film for Columbian Pictures, wanted to make one thing very clear. We think we have a movie, not simply a star vehicle. I think the movie stands on its own. And I really wanted to let people know that. Later at the blowout, Later at the blowout fit at the Rainbow Room, three bodyguards led Lopez on stage in time to shake it, to shake, to shake, to shake, to shake it, and shake it to two of her own songs, and of her own songs. Sorry. At which point, other celebs, followed by crowd compressed, creating a whirlpool effect as the dance floor began turn to turn. The layout conjured the scenario of so. Okay, let me stop there. I don't think it's so important to our topic now. Well, this is interesting. So if you see Castro plays chess with kids, Fidel Castro of Cuba, eh? That's the picture. He was playing chess with kids. So he still had time for his family. Mm. So a warning to those who think they don't have time for their family: go out all day, all night, and leave the children at home. And sometimes both parents. So Castro, of all presidents, had time for his kids. Mm. Um, this is another article. This is another article. Islam is a peaceful religion. Mm. This time written by Mohammed Sabon Zongo. I take the opportunity to wish all Muslims a happy celebration of Eid al-Fitr, Barkat al-Salah. I'm a Muslim, and sometimes I feel that my fellow Muslims don't interpret the Quran the way they should. Some are even going about saying the stoning of adulteresses is in the Quran. Some are going about saying that the stoning of adulteresses is in the Quran. Even if it is, it can only be undertaken under very extreme cases. Please listen to Mohammed Zongo. Mohammed, eh? Even if it is, it can only be undertaken under very extreme cases. For example, there must be first-hand witnesses. There must be first-hand witnesses to the offense. Yes, I think I mentioned it before in one of my videos. Getting the witnesses is more difficult than anything. Moreover, I was not happy that Muslims in Nigeria caused trouble and halted the Miss World pageant. Well, that's his personal view. Nigeria has missed a lot, but people do not know. We must not think about religion alone, but society's development. Oh God. We must have moderation in whatever we do because the Holy Prophet hated violence. That's very important. The Holy Prophet hated violence. Muslims must know that once they live among other people, we are non-Muslims. They will have to coexist peacefully with them. So once you live amongst other people, you must you must bear in mind that you have to satisfy their way of life somehow. Hmm? Let me take that back. They will have to coexist peacefully with them. In order to coexist peacefully with them, peacefully with them. Uh, Overreacting to a mere newspaper comment to cause 100 deaths is not something. It's not something. Not complimentary about Islam. It's not something. Not complimentary about Islam. Islam is a peaceful religion. Let us not portray in another light. Okay. Sometimes too, it comes from the other side. Mm, but then I say the other side, they are not true Christians. A Christian lady wanted to cross a praying ground where people were, and they were restricting her, and she said she must pass, she must cross the place, and she was the only one. This is not a Muslim. So Muslim people came and said, look, take your mask, let her cross. And she crossed, and there was peace. But you see that this lady was not a Christian. No true Christian does that. So most of the time, those who cause trouble are not genuine to the cause they think they belong to, or to the faith they think they belong to. Some people abroad may know this story. How Celine Dion's, or I don't know if it's Dion's or Dion's, how Celine Dion's husband is chopping her money. Hmm? It's not Newton. It's not a Newton. Some would say it's not a big deal. For guidance in your love life, write to the professional advisor. Eh? I can sacrifice my life for him. This is another story. I love this story. Our survival tips: the contraceptive generation, then down, condemned by the insatiable enemy called lust. Lust, Lust. Mm. Uh, there won't be time to read all now. The houses say, die, die, Rua, die, Rua, die, Gari. Let's leave that because we may not have time to read all of it. Let's see. Sex addicted husband beats wife brutally, and I believe this picture concerns them. Mhm. We can't go into details in them either. Uh, Here, maybe we can read about dreams here, and so that people may know. Dreams and their meanings. They shot me in the ribs. Uh, this somebody's dream. This is my second letter to your paper, to which I didn't receive my meaning to the dream. But as at now, I can't let this one haunt me like the other dream. Sir, I dreamed that I was leading some friends to what seems like a rival battle in a place where there were hills there were hills around, as well as beaches, and the shore was the battleground. I saw that I had been surrounded by bearded men dressed like the Bin Laden in pictures with guns, dressed like Bin Laden in pictures with guns. And as I decided to fight, I think my men were behind me. But then I realized I was alone, as I was ordered to surrender. Uh, the leader appeared behind the rocks, and he resembled Bin Laden. So it was there that I couldn't fight alone. So it was there that I couldn't fight alone. And as I knelt down and raised my hands, I was shot on the left side of my rib, and I fell face down. And they left me as I screamed. In the dream, I woke up and held my ribs with my left hand while I crawled out of the beach where I found myself playing football. Playing football. From suffering to football. Okay. There I saw my friends playing as they were surprised at my survival. Yes, they betrayed him, and when they saw, betrayed him, but then saw him enjoying or playing. Then Danny Lew, Danny Lewert, box 321, second day Ghana. Be careful of friends who will urge you into initiating something. Who will urge you into initiating something dangerous, encouraging you to pursue it, and then leaving you to your fate when trouble starts arising. In short, be wary of the treacherous friends who will betray you at the time you think you have all their support. The fact that you didn't die means their treachery. Notwithstanding, you will survive the consequences of their betrayal. Yes, indeed. If God supports you, nobody can harm you. Uh, they can be as treacherous as anything, you will survive. How can my stomach grow bigger? Do you want the stomach to grow bigger? I fear she will have it. So, viewers, please let's stop here. Probably in another video or the next video or in another video, we will finish or we'll go into details into some of the uh, headings here. Thank you very much. Ila Lekai.